It's gonna be in a dimension it's never been.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
The greatest thing floating in
I might be out of
2024. Mark
business.
the words. No way. In a whole different realm of business. Oprah coming next. Once I establish this as a place of truth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Watch. God's people ain't that few.
Prince.
Y'all, so it looks like the battle line has been drawn between Oprah and Katt Williams. Oprah is now threatening to ruin Katt's life after he embarrassed and exposed her as a handler for the Hollywood elites. But y'all know that Katt never backs down from a fight, and he is now fighting back at Oprah, threatening to release more tea on her and take her down completely. Y'all better come on inside the room, because listen, this chaos is about to get real.
Some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them, and nobody likes them.
Okay, so it looks like Oprah is sick and tired of people trying to drag her, and she has finally decided to speak up and stand up for herself against the accusations. She decided to go after none other than Katt Williams. Oprah has been in the news these past couple of weeks after Taraji started a conversation about her and how she doesn't look out for Black women in the industry like she pretends to. Now, for a very long time, Oprah has been said to be something of a champion for Black rights in Hollywood, as well as a philanthropist. But Katt is now coming out to prove that not only is Oprah not the good person we think she is, but she is way worse than we could ever imagine. But get this, it goes way beyond Taraji, because according to Katt, Oprah has been playing in our faces for the longest time. Katt claims that Oprah has been used by the higher-ups in Hollywood to keep Black artists in line and keep them dancing to their tune. He pointed out how Oprah has been putting down her fellow Black artists for years, pointing out how she did Ludacris dirty and had him looking stupid when he went on her show to promote the movie Crash back in the day. Oprah's show was where all Black artists went to promote their new movies, music, and whatever they had going on, but sometimes Oprah would suddenly switch up and decide to make some of the artists look bad. And that's what she did to Ludacris during the interview. Oprah decided to shift the course from talking about the movie and Ludacris's role in it, and she decided to start pressing him about his music and why he used the N-word in his music, even though the interview had nothing to do with his music. Ludacris definitely wasn't feeling it, and he called her out on a radio interview.
About, I was there for a Crash for the movie.
Yeah.
And basically she said something about not agreeing with my music, but she thought I did great in the movie. And of course I was up there with the whole cast of Crash.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't necessarily feel like that needed to be said. You didn't agree with my music. And even if you don't agree with certain songs I made, say you don't agree with certain songs, don't say you just don't agree with all of my music.
But that's not all, because when the Ludacris interview with Oprah aired on her show, she went on to edit and cut out certain parts of Ludacris' response to her questions to make him look bad.
She was able to say what she said, and then I had my rebuttal. And when I saw the final show, her comments were in there.
It was in there, but yours wasn't in there.
And mine weren't in there, so it just looked like I kind of took it.
Wow.
Like, was just quiet and didn't
You're
say
this
nothing.
man.
Now, according to Katt, what we're seeing is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to her using her platform for all the wrong reasons. He didn't hold back, though, on major shade her way for the way she tried to destroy Michael Jackson's legacy. Now let's rewind to 1993 when Michael Jackson, the king of pop, granted Oprah a rare interview at his Neverland Ranch. That's a big deal because we all know how guarded MJ was about his private life. The exclusive sit-down catapulted Oprah's fame even higher, not just in the US, but globally. And for years after this, she claimed to be MJ's friend. But here's where it takes a turn. Fast forward to Michael's passing, and Oprah did a complete switcheroo. She hopped on the controversy train surrounding the Leaving Neverland documentary, putting MJ in a not-so-flattering light. She took it up a notch by dedicating an entire segment to interviewing MJ's former accusers, Wade Robson and James Safecock. Now, that move alone stirred up a ton of controversy because both Wade and James had backtracked on their earlier claims, swearing under oath that MJ didn't assault them like they initially accused him of. So what was Oprah doing when she was giving these guys a platform to reopen the whole Michael Jackson case? It felt like she was trying to throw shade on MJ's legacy by getting people to talk about it all over again. She tried to defend herself, claiming that she was just shedding light on the widespread pattern of abuse in the industry. But here's where it gets very interesting. It's a bit rich coming from Oprah, especially when you consider her ties to other individuals in the industry accused of abuse, like Harvey Weinstein and even Jeffrey Epstein. Let me tell y'all, these Steins have been crazy for years. But anyway, she was close friends with both of them. Now, rumor has it that she might have even known about their questionable activities before the whole expose blew up. It's definitely the pot calling the kettle black, right? Yes, Oprah, the advocate for awareness, having some deep connections with individuals involved in the very issues that she claims to be shedding light on. Yeah, it's giving hypocrite. But then a lot of people have actually spoken up about this, like the time British actress Katt Noble exposed Oprah and Naomi Campbell for helping Harvey Weinstein trick her and assault her.
And he was with people in which I admired dearly. He was with Naomi Campbell. He had Oprah Winfrey there with him, who entered the room and was swinging off his arm and just seemed like a very dear friend.
According to Katt, Oprah didn't have a problem with abuse per se because she didn't seem to mind very much when it was her friends doing the abusing. Katt also pointed out how Oprah has been linked to other men who have been accused of inappropriate behavior. Let's take a little stroll down memory lane, shall we? Remember when Oprah was all about this Brazilian guy who called himself John of God, claiming to be a spiritual healer? But Oprah didn't just talk the talk. She hopped on a plane to Brazil to meet him, and she was so thrilled about the whole thing that she even brought him on her show. And this is where it gets absolutely crazy. Oprah stayed connected to John of God for a good couple of years. But then bam, the guy gets exposed for some seriously messed up stuff, child and human trafficking. Turns out he had women chained up against their will, forcibly impregnated them, made them have babies, and then, get this, sold the babies for profit for their organs. I mean, that's next level disturbing. And since Oprah was all linked up to this guy, of course she got dragged into that mess. But Oprah played it cool like it never happened. No apology, no explanations. All she did was hit the delete button on the videos of John from her page, and that was that. No official statement from her, no distancing herself from the scandal. It was like we were in the Twilight Zone, like we didn't see what we had seen, like John never existed in Oprah's world. And if you're scratching your head wondering why this wasn't plastered all over the US media, well, Katt claims that Oprah's got some powerful friends to thank for keeping that stuff on the low. Now remember how we said that Oprah is such a great philanthropist and that she opened a school for girls in South Africa? Well, it didn't take long for the school to be dragged into some more concerning controversy. One of the school matrons was arrested on abuse charges for being inappropriate with the female students, which is absolutely sad. Saver Seal also hinted that Oprah was lying about not knowing of Harvey Weinstein's crimes. He made a post on Instagram saying, "Oh, I forgot. That's right. You'd heard rumors, but you had no idea he was actually seriously assaulting young star-eyed actresses who in turn had no idea what they were getting into. My bad, sanctimonious Hollywood." But the interesting thing about this is that suddenly Seal faced battery charges only 5 days after calling Oprah out. The charges, of course, were dropped after a few days. But the interesting thing here is that an inside source revealed that Seal's accuser reported the singer to police in Los Angeles after she noticed that he had accused Oprah Winfrey of knowing about Harvey Weinstein's sexual offenses in a damning Instagram post. Well, according to Katt, this was not a simple coincidence because Oprah attempted to take Seal out and land him in jail, even though he was innocent of all the allegations that she brought against him. But that didn't matter to Oprah. She just wanted her lick back at all costs, even if it meant getting an innocent black man in trouble. Now, all this happened a while ago, and the rumors of Oprah being a handler just kind of died down after that until Taraji's revelations a few weeks ago. Taraji went full on truth bomb, admitting she was sick and tired of being shortchanged, getting anything but what she rightfully deserved. But she wasn't just talking. She was ready to walk it like she talked it. In fact, she dropped the bomb when she almost walked away from the Oprah movie, The Color Purple, because the offer that Oprah made was just too low and frankly insulting.
I haven't seen a raise in my income since Proud Mary. And almost had to walk away from Color Purple. Yes, ma'am. Who said what? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because you know what? If I don't take a stand, how am I making it easy for Fantasia and Danielle and Hallie and Felicia Then why am I doing this?
She also went on The Gayle King Show, and she was so upset that it drove her to tears.
I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost. I'm tired of hearing my sisters say the same thing over and over. You get tired. I hear people go, you work a lot. Yeah. Well, have to. The math ain't math.
However, fans weren't exactly thrilled with Gayle's interview tactics. They felt like she tiptoed around the real issues that Taraji fired up on because she's very close friends with Oprah. See, Gayle's been vocal about how Oprah gave her career boost, and they're basically besties. Well, fans had this theory that Gayle held back on pushing Taraji because she knew the real talk might shine a not-so-flattering light on Oprah. But here's the kicker. Turns out Gayle's protective moves weren't needed. The internet exploded with folks coming for Oprah, digging up her not-so-great track record of treating Black women in the industry. Well, this is where Katt Williams stepped in and threw some major shade at Oprah, accusing her of trying to handle Taraji and keep her down.
They're vastly underpaid and say the math is not mathing. They get X amount of dollars by the time Uncle Sam get his cut, by the time the agency get their cut, and what you see they were supposed to get is a fraction of that. Where do you come down on that, Katt?
It was the saddest thing ever because imagine being in your genre, in your sub-niche, whatever it is. Imagine being in your lane. Imagine being one of the very top of your lane. That to the point where if they don't take you for the role, there's not 3 Black actresses that they can say are bigger than you that we're going to give this to. Imagine you being at that point and have to humble yourself and say, they're not paying me, y'all. And they not making my pay go up because I'm doing better or nothing. It don't matter to them that I'm famous and people know me or nothing. They want to pay me exactly what they paying the new girl. And I've been suffering under it for a decade.
Katt also had some specific words for Oprah, hinting that he had dirt on her and that he would take her down.
Floating in
I might be out of
2024,
business.
mark the words. No way. In a whole different realm of business. Oprah coming next. Once I establish this as a place of truth,
Yeah.
oh yeah. Watch. God's people ain't that few.
Well, according to an insider, Oprah is not here for Katt speaking on her like that, and she has allegedly been making plans to ruin Katt before he spills more tea on her. The insider claims that Oprah is furious at Katt and has been making threats at him, trying to get him to recant his statements. But if y'all know Katt, then you know this is never going to happen.
Yeah, I need you to tell us why.
People know I don't go everywhere. I'm not interested in talking to people unless it's like a Larry King or somebody of an amazing ilk that I would actually want to go talk to in real life.
Okay.
I don't do it so I can sell product, and I got things to sell, so let me come talk. You have a great product here, and as a fan base, we love the attention that you spend on the guest. We love how much work you've done, how well you know them, how prepared you are. The same things that we liked about you in football. You brought that on over to here, and that's why it resonates. And the reason I had to come is because you've made a safe place for the truth to be told. You know what I mean?
Thank you. I appreciate
and
that.
I have watched all of these lowbrow comedians come here and disrespect you in your face and tell you straight up lies. I'm talking about things that have never been heard in all of Black Hollywood. They feel comfortable sitting here lying to you about it.
You gonna set the record straight?
Are you kidding me? You let Ricky Smiley sit here and you said out that mouth, you stole Friday After Next, the one I was in. I wish all of America fumbled a bit when that happened. And then he said some stuff that we haven't heard in 100 years in Hollywood. You ain't say nothing. This man told you he had Katt Williams' role. He was gonna be Money Mike. And Katt Williams was gonna be the Santa Claus. Now let's 3 quick points.
3 quick.
You mean in Hollywood they cast a 5'5" black Santa Claus that weigh 145 pounds? That's your story. Your story is the Ricky Smiley that couldn't even do curse words because he had a Christian fan base. He was gonna play the pimp. Why you didn't ask him why has he played a woman in more movies than he's played a man?
Well, I didn't know
He shouldn't be able, you wouldn't let a athlete that been on steroids talk about one of the greats. Ricky Smiley can't act because Ricky Smiley can't act. He told you the story about when the movie came out. Where did he say he watched it? At home. He wasn't even at the premiere. You telling this man, you stole that. Oh, so he could get his name in the same sentence with a great one. It is sad. He was just that bitter when we were shooting it. He told everybody, it should have been my role. Everybody on the scene. Why do you think no cast member has ever said anything?
He couldn't have played that role like you. I thought he was...
Sir, no one, why no, he was with KD? He beat up Terry Crews? Why nobody know this story? You talking about in Hollywood, they switched off roles. You take this and he, what?
Well, fans have left comments on this, saying Oprah is somehow always associated with serial abusers and pedophiles. A very dangerous and evil woman. Oprah is a groomer and a handler. Look back into her school in Africa. Look who she has hung out with her whole life.
So
Ricky Smiley knows this, and I don't know why he would lose a child and come on the air and start lying. That's why people believe in rituals right there. It's because, well, why would he lie? I don't know why liars lie, but I can tell you this. We auditioned in Los Angeles.
Yes.
I was audition number 201. 200 black comedians auditioned for the role of Money Mike with me. You're saying all 201 of us was auditioning and you had already had the role and had already shot the role in 4 days? The truth of the matter is, the Money Mike in the original script got raped in the bathroom, and that's what Ricky Smiley was okay with. Katt Williams had to take the risk in front of the studios and the cast and our powers that be in his very first movie and say respectfully, humbly, guys, if we're talking about anything else, I have no credibility and I have no pull. But we're talking about comedy,
right,
where I have all the credibility and all the pull. The problem with Friday After Next is we're trying to make a classic comedy. And this comedy involves a rape. And rape is never funny, no matter who it happens to or what the circumstances are. If you would allow me to allow us to do this movie without a black man getting raped in it, I promise you that it will be twice as funny as it would be with him getting raped. So considering that's the real story, why would you bring up that story? 35 members of the cast and crew have never brought up that Ricky Smiley was gonna play Money Mike. No one ever saw me put on a Santa Claus suit. We got a wardrobe department. They made a Santa Claus suit for me. Why that wasn't in the bloopers? Why? And here's the other thing. Everything that Money Mike said, Katt Williams wrote. So what Ricky Smiley say on his? You can't say my lines, I wrote them. That's how I already know that I'm going to be funnier than you. What he told everybody was, Katt Williams, don't nobody know who he is. I'm on the radio. I'm with Steven Said. Everybody know me. That's what he told everybody that would listen to on the set. That's the truth of the matter. He was so egregious, not now, then. He was so egregious that, and Hollywood has never heard this in 100 years. He was so egregious, I put in my contract that I won't work with Ricky Smiley again unless he's in a dress. Now, what was Ricky Smiley's next movie? Was it First Sunday? Did he wear a dress in it? You bet he did. It's in my contract.
Why would you put that in your contract, Katt?
That's where he's a believable actor. Him and Tyler Perry can't play a man to save their life. They play good women, and I believe that the best actor should be in the best role.
So that's why, because when we released that clip and he said that, you responded because he said he was supposed to play Money Mike and you were supposed to play Santa Claus.
An outright lie.
So
that he knows is a lie.
So why would he say it?
Because he's a liar. Nobody knows why liars lie. And that's why I had to come on the program. Cedric did the same thing. Cedric told you when you asked him, did you steal Katt Williams' joke?
Yeah.
He said, it don't line up. How it don't line up that I did it on TV in 2018? You came to see me at the Comedy Store do it in 2019 and then did it on the Kings of Comedy. Like, what doesn't line up? This is a televised joke that Mark Curry helped me punch up and get to the level that it was. The same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had. Now Steve got a sitcom where he the principal and he wear a suit and then he gets this high top fade, making all black men think he got the best lineup in the business. And it's a man unit. Then you ask it, why you not a movie star? I didn't want to be a movie star. This the same Negro that hated on Bernie with this same thing.
Ask Asterisk ex-predators. We see you, Oprah. She sold her soul to get what she has, and I don't know how Oprah still ain't get lit up in the media. She evil as hell, y'all. Fans are not here for Oprah, and it looks like Katt is untouchable to her because he has the backing of the people of the streets. Anyways, drop your comments below and then check out this next video.